With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Jaden XD. However, we are here special edition wise because it's a bonus week.
Oh yes, honey.
Niggas is getting two episodes on the main stage.
Big purr.
And this particular episode can be seen free on our Patreon visually and on YouTube. So go everywhere and just go on and watch it for free everywhere. Because today, we are covering Life After Lockup, the new season.
What we're covering today.
Yes. Apparently not a lot of shoulders, because that was the theme of this week's episode of Life After Lockup. Exposed bare shoulders.
Yeah, it was a cold shoulder. It was a cold shoulder week.
Yeah. But, in traditional Jaden XD fashion, first episodes of a new season, we have to give it to you for the Frizz Naive, because everybody needs to be brought into this fucked up fold that we have been so enveloped in. Yeah. Couple of updates. Have you seen Black Mormon Weave Lady's Insta posts?
No, but hold on, sugar. Wait, is she still private?
I don't know, but you can go on Jaden XD's Instagram and look.
That is a problem for me because.
Damn.
It's not Black Mormon
stories,
Weave Lady. It's.
No, it's like Andrea the Mormon.
She's black.
So on her stories the other day, she was talking about how she's not going to be a helicopter mom anymore. Like, she's just like, I'm just going to give it up to God. Oh, you found it?
I decided. I love when Black women start anything off with the I decided. I decided that this is my last night not sleeping, worrying about my kids. I'll put all my energy into loving them, giving them light in this dark world. They need love and light. She hates punctuation. I'll have faith that God got them and he has perfect love for them. Still up at 3 a.m. I tried. Prayer hands. Somebody's been fucking.
Yeah. Either I feel like somebody got a baby on the way.
I am a prison wife again. Wait, is he back home? Yeah. Oh, he's in the family Christmas card 2022.
Yeah, but
Oh, that's the Jackson family. They doing. Hold on, let me see. Yeah. No, that's them.
Okay. But, I mean, that was a year ago.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. No. When she said I'm a prison. Oh, Oh wait. Oh.
Like, he's been gone for a minute.
Oh, you're right. Okay. He was home 2022.
He's been
Anyway.
gone for a minute.
I say all this to say, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I Am a Prison Wife Again is a collaborative post between her and official Baby Nut Dog. Wait,
Collab
Jaden
post.
XD doesn't follow Baby Nuck anymore?
We should.
Go look.
If not, refollow him again.
I
I may
can't
have
because-
unfollowed him because of on accident. It
Because he
wasn't, like,
requested
on purpose.
$12,000 from us to interview him.
Which is some bullshit. fucking George Santos doesn't even charge that much on Cameo.
No, can we
And
talk
he
about
is
that?
evil.
No, can we talk about that for like 2 seconds? Why is she doing that? You know,
Listen.
niggas, y'all don't have to do everything all the time.
Listen, I enjoyed Miss Fame on her season. You know, I enjoyed Trixie. You know, Max. Love all of them. I just, okay. Anyway, George Santos, if you don't know, or have been living under a rock, was a representative in Congress who just got fired. Even MAGA, the MAGA flank of Congress was like, that's even too much.
Which is
Again,
crazy boots.
that's like, that's motherfucking wild, right? So now Mama's on Cameo, $200, videos, just talk, and I knew what was going to happen as soon as Santos got fired. Went on the Twitter and was like, I'm exposing everybody.
Of course.
And I was like, well, you should. Because, yes, you're evil, and no, we don't need to give these people any type of platforming or whatever. And I also think you need to expose these people and take everybody with you.
Well,
Let everybody get fired.
Yes, because I don't care about them people. And, but we all know how dark and nasty they are. This is not really exposing anything. Like, it's just exposing, I guess, intricate details that we may not have known otherwise. But at the end of the day, we know that they're all horrible people. But
Yeah, they were
Way-Z
just
does not need to be
concrete
giving him
evidence.
a fucking platform to come and do what? Get up there and lie and continue to lie the way that he lies. You don't have you don't have any fucking integrity. I don't want to hear from anybody who all of a sudden wants to run their mouth now that things are going south for them. Those type of people irk my fucking titty chafe. Like, I hate them. So George Santos and his soft belly can just go elsewhere. And that's not me shit talking, because I too have a soft belly.
Yeah, just
soft
Mama
little
don't
belly,
know how to
Renaissance woman.
contour, and Mama don't know how to do all this, and so
No, and I don't give
let
a
her
fuck.
go be and learn.
Right, and Way-Z needs to not be giving him a platform
Yeah,
to get up there and lie and say what?
yeah.
Talking about this is my dream. This is your dream to interview this motherfucker? Really?
Yeah.
Can we dream?
And I
Can
get
we
it.
get some
like,
different dreams?
shock interviews or shockwave. Because my first tweet when he got fired, I was like, oh, I can't wait to see him on Celebrity Big Brother. Because remember when Scaramucci or whatever the fuck got fired? He was on Celebrity Big Brother. He was on all the show, all the blogs and all the nonsense, whatever Carlos King show, whatever the fuck. I'm sure he was on Married to Medicine. And like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have to do this.
We don't.
Like, I get it. And not everything needs to be for the culture. No offense to
No,
this.
it don't.
But you know what I mean?
Carlos King and Latavia, he didn't have to do that either.
She didn't either, and Beyonce's never going to talk to her again.
No, but also, when did she make that interview?
And I thought about that. I was like,
When did she make that? And now this nigga releases it now. Messy ass. Like, I just.
who's the messiest bitch you know? It's a nigga, ain't it?
It's a nigga. nigga. The messiest bitch you know is a cisgendered heterosexual male.
Well, I don't know if he's that, but he's cis. I can tell you that.
I wasn't just talking about him.
Oh, but yes.
I'm talking about the messiest bitch that somebody listening to this knows. But Carlos King is a messy bitch that lives for drama and has no integrity whatsoever. You don't have any integrity if you sit up here. You know Beyonce is private boots. And yes, Latavia should have known that doing that fucking interview, which didn't sound like a mudslinging interview. It sounded like her, you know, filling in her little Swiss cheese holes. And that's fine. Mama has not had a platform to talk about her shit for all this time. And Matthew Knowles is still a terrible person. But
yeah, that's what because the film, I was like, oh, like it was a jump scare every time he got on camera.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yes. Janet Jackson made a documentary a year or two ago that we all watched, and she's
Another
got
jump scare every time Joe came
you
on
know,
camera.
right? Because he looked like what was it Land of the Lost? It was one of those shows where it was real kids, but they were living in this dinosaur age, I think, or they would transport. Was it Land of the Lost? There was these evil creatures. I have never. The first time I saw one of those, I was like, Joseph Jackson. It looks just like him. But anyway,
Yeah.
you know, she came from his balls, and I guess somewhere in that, like, she feels something for that nigga. And so, you know, I be trying to like look at you know, Beyonce the same way. I'm like, I guess because maybe that's the nigga's balls you came from, like you feel.
Yeah, and I mean, he taught her some things, you know, business. I get it, you know,
something or other. I guess,
yeah.
you know, that's your daddy. It ain't mine. So
that was literally my thought. Like, well, girl, it ain't my daddy.
It ain't my daddy.
So
I ain't got to deal with that nigga. I had to deal with that nigga one time in person, and you know who I met him through? That wretched ass Terrence Fontaine. I swear to God. I swear to God. And he was a terrible person. He had terrible energy. He was nasty and entitled. First he called, then he came. And it was a nasty energy. And I said, this bird face ass nigga, I don't like him. I don't like him. He does not have a good spirit.
I believe it. I believe it, you know.
And this
Some
is
people
before
be
she
that way.
released him as her management. In her daddy.
Listen, I don't. What men have taught me in the last 3 weeks or so, just man has taught me, is that you can't necessarily get that far ahead in life without being that evil. You know what I mean? Like because that's also what Mother God taught me. Because
Hold it.
and I'm so glad. I'm so glad they mentioned Dr. Phil. I'm so motherfucking glad. Because that nigga's on my list too. Because I told you about what they did to Todd and the Xander from Buffy.
Yeah,
How they got them drunk before the interview, talking about, we're going to have an intervention, because you got them wasted before. Anyway.
You can't trust no white man who got a mustache like that.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong,
really,
I used to
could've
follow
stopped
his teachings.
That sentence before the mustache.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, it's extra layers.
Yeah. Because that's a Patreon conversation.
We'll have a
Something
pre-show.
to ponder. Yeah. Something to ponder. Where do white people go when they die?
Oh, they go to Kmart. Or Century 21 to roam for the rest of their days among the coats. Or furniture
Burlington.
stores. They do.
More the great coats.
Hobby Lobby. That's where white people go.
Also, cult leader.
Absolutely. What?
No, because you know the CEO of Hobby Lobby is behind all them. He loves us.
Yeah.
You know, God got
He
y'all.
part of IBM, IBLM, all of that shit, Goddard and all of them
He's
wretched.
a white Ayatollah.
Yeah.
Anywho, let's take a break. But before we do, shop our sponsors this week. Again, 2 episodes on the main stage this week. We are doing it big. Big Things Aguan Fidi.
Yeah.
2-3.
Yeah, I'm very
Yeah, let's take a break and we'll be back with more Jaden XD. Hit it. And we're back. So this week is Life After Lockup week. Here on the main stage. We're doing a bunch of shit this week on the main stage. Again, reminder, 2 episodes. To be like, oh, I missed an episode. No, because we dropped 2 because we love you that much.
Yeah. I must, my, it's not annual at this point, seasonally. My seasonal, fuck you, Matt Sharp. I gotta make sure I throw that in for the culture. We can do this face to face.
Like, I don't understand. There are so many iterations of Sharp Entertainment programming that are on concurrently and that we have covered and has spanned coverage has spanned across years and people abound, right? And yet still they continue to pretend.
Oh, it's because at this point it's a game, is what it is.
Yeah, they're trying to break us.
He won't.
No.
They're like, or you fucking idiots can continue to cover this for free, and that's fine. But I will cuss you out until and probably after.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. They know who they're getting in bed with.
Yeah, it's fine.
So where would you like to start this week? We have a lot of people to cover and a lot of
we have a
stories.
lot, and we're still not fucking done.
No, we have hella niggas still not on.
So many. Let's go ahead and bring Arrested Development and Can't Hardly Wait back for Lailu.
Okay. So we have been with Melissa and Louie for the last couple of seasons of this program. It's all one show, Love in Jail. That's what I'm just going to call it because it's before, after, and during, after death, all of that, right?
Yeah.
So if you're new here, quick recap. Melissa is 38 years old. However, she is stunted.
39 now.
Oh, 39. And however, mentally, she is in the 10th grade. She has had a forever crush on this boy who was a senior in her high school who lost his way to meth and got locked up.
Imagine a Freddie Prinze Jr.,
Luke Perry type.
Luke Perry, or who was another
R.I.P.
popular white man from our era?
Of the 90210 Saved by the Bell type.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, she's all that. You know, that
exactly.
Type of era.
Yeah, the funk show.
You remember that? I know the whole routine.
I know the whole routine to Superstar. The fax machine. Yeah, you gotta do the fax machine.
Yeah. Oh, Molly Shannon.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
What happened to her?
That film. She on Hulu now.
Okay.
You know, all the SNL girls, they all they do serious stuff, but it's like highbrow comedy and.
Because I didn't know Tina Fey was a terrible person until recently.
Yeah, I heard through the grapevine, you know, through TikTok has been putting me on through a lot of blind items.
Yeah, the young people be like, what the fuck did they do? And then they tell us in like a 12-part story.
Yeah.
Or be like part 1 and then you never get the rest of them. But, you know,
the time I saved a celebrity from overdosing on marijuana. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, whoa.
I was like, why is Tina Fey a terrible person? And then they were like, she's Asian phobic or what do you call that?
Just she's racist.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. She's a white woman.
Yes.
So,
Allegedly.
par for the course. Oh.
You never know. You have to say allegedly now.
You're right.
Otherwise we're Jason
Allegedly,
Lee.
she's a white woman.
Hey, you don't know.
I know. Why she gonna come out? She's
I
like,
thought the bitch was white.
My grandmother was Slavic, and my great grandfather was, I don't know, something other themselves, Nordic. I don't know what the fuck. You know they love to do that. They be like, we speak Celtic. I'm like, okay, all right, girl, I get it.
They'd be like, oh, I'm mixed. I'm German. I'm Italian. I'm a mutt. Oh,
Like,
okay.
and then my poor side came from Ireland, and I'm like, oh, the ghetto white people.
Yes, you're all white. It's all the same. It's
Sounds
all
like-
the same sheet.
Sound like white to me.
It's all the same hood, but I'm bumped. Anywho, so Arrested Development. She's in love. Can't hardly wait. 10 Things I Hate About You. Whatever. He got free, and of course he has to rely on his mother because the world isn't kind to felons.
Super bitch.
And super bitch Donna. And so because Melissa hates his mother so much and that he has to rely on her, she has checked out because she thinks this nigga's weak and has no constitution, even though he's trying his damnedest within his parameters to become a functioning, productive person of society, right?
Yeah. She's mad he got a job at the pizza shop.
She mad he bought a car.
Mm-hmm. Mind you, this is 5 weeks out.
He got a new grill paid for.
Yeah.
Because she's the dummy because she paid for it.
Yeah.
And he bought a new whip, and he gets noodles every night from his mom.
Every
night.
So
I think he's got it pretty made,
Yeah.
And he got a job. He's most importantly, he's not doing meth anymore.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, niggas is on the narrow.
Yeah.
I don't know about straight and narrow, but niggas is on the narrow. He has a focus. So
Niggas is on the linear.
yeah. He's on the up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know up and up, but he's on and up.
You know them little those little airport. It's a walkway, and it just
a people mover.
He's on that.
Yeah.
It's doing a little bit.
So that brings us to this episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he's on his way to New Jersey to surprise Melissa. Oh, last time we chatted, they kind of broke up because in the dentist's office, she needed a break, which is very important to how I feel about her, right? So he gets to New Jersey because he wants to surprise her. He did not tell her that she was coming.
Yeah.
And he pops up in, how do I say this, white people? He pops up at her work.
Yes, at the Chubby Pickle.
Yes, at the Chubby Pickle. Where she was getting hit on by people that look like they live in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And, he pops up with like suitcase and tow and all. And she's like, whoa.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. It's the most disgusting and awkward oh, hey ever.
Mama looked like she got to take a shit, but she always looks like she got to take a shit.
Yeah. And he's like, aren't you happy to see me? And she's like, what are you doing here? That's great.
Well, you told me to take initiative. You told me to be a man. You told me, show you some initiative that I want to show up for you. She's like, yeah, you showed up wrong.
Yeah. And she said something that confirms that she lives in a high school delusion. She quoted the most popular television phrase of all time. He was like, well, I wanted to save our relationship. She said, we were on a break.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that is the quintessential 90s Ross and Rachel trope. gaslighting. We
She
weren't
thought she
broken
was in an
up. We were
episode of
on a
Melrose
break.
Place.
And he's like, what the fuck? And normally siding with a white man is really rough in this climate. And I had to side with him most times here.
Have been almost the entire time that I have known the both of them.
Yeah. So, she eventually brings him home because he has nowhere else to go. And she shows him the guest room.
Yeah, does.
And
Well, I
he's
guess you
like,
can
so
put
what do
your
you want
stuff
me
in
to...
there?
Because he's like, so, nah. He was like, I'm not sleepy. She was like, I don't know you, nigga. Like, we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to discuss. We need to get on the same page. And they do a lot of talking about talking, which I hated.
Yeah, but there's no action speech.
It's hard because she checked out already, right?
Yes, because she's being now like flippant and just dismissive. He's like, well, okay, so what are your plans tomorrow? Oh, well, my sister's having a barbecue that I'm going to. And he's like, okay, so I'm not welcome to come. I don't want you meeting my family under these circumstances until we talk. So like you said, they continue to talk about talking. Then she calls him a teenager.
Yeah.
She says many things that were really fucked up. Like, he calls it, they're both Italian, so he calls out the frozen meatballs, and she's like, you ate gel food for 10 years. I'm sure you'll be fine. I was like,
that was rude.
ooh, you are
like she's high class rude. Like,
after that, he's like, she said, you act like a teenager. He's like, how many teenagers did 10 years in fucking prison? And she said, that's not my problem. In reference to him and his job at the pizza shop, which, if you haven't been tuned into the Patreon, the pizza shop is a shop that he worked in before he got locked up, and helped open with his homeboy. It's his homeboy's pizza shop, and he helped and was a loyal customer there until he started fucking up and he was getting high off meth in the bathroom and so forth. And then he went to prison. And so his homeboy is invested in his reintegration into society, and is trying to support him. And everybody is trying to support him except for Arrested Development witch face over here. She has decided that her 10th grade fantasy is no longer a fantasy for her, and now she's treating this nigga like shit.
I think she checked out when she realized he had dentures, and that
or he was
she
gonna have to
wasn't
get
able
dentures.
Yeah, she was not, after she realized, like, oh, 40 dentures, no.
So she did not. He had 5 teeth when he got out of prison, and she was like, well, I don't, he was feeling self-conscious about him. And she's like, I don't want to look at these 5 teeth, so we're going to get you some new teeth. They go to the dentist. Dentist tells them it's going to be $40K for the implants versus $4K for the dentures. But mama was dead set on not wanting to wake up in the morning to a bitter beer face. But she couldn't afford a $40K mouth, but she had already put her foot in hers by saying that she was going to pay for it. So here we are. And she's resentful over the fact that she could not afford for him to have implants in his mouth. But he is not completely naive and lost on her Arrested Development. He calls it out.
Yeah,
said,
and I'm so surprised, and I'm glad he did.
I'm not, because he's kind of been calling her out the whole time. He's just been gentle about how he does it. But he was like, what is this?
Well,
like,
he also had to be careful because she was paying for his
new teeth.
So I would have walked.
But he was like, what is this, a fantasy from high school? Like, now your fantasy is done and you want to be a bitch to me? And I was like, oh, what you gonna say to that girl? But
and what did she do? She started crying.
Yeah, because that's what they do.
Yeah. That's what they specialize in.
How dare you call me racist?
Even though I am.
I only called you a nigger once. And it's like, what? How are you crying? What's going on?
It was contextual.
Was it?
It's, that's their way.
That's why I told that bitch when I worked at the club. Flood the club with your tears. Because I don't give a fuck. Bitch, flood them and then choke on them. You just asked a Mexican if they are speaking English. Like, what the action? And then you're crying because I got your ass together. And let me tell you about something about white women with red hair. You know what? Let's just move on to the next couple.
It's time for a break anyway.
Yeah. Hit it, Claude. Save us.
Let's take a break and we'll be back. And we're black. We're talking life, love in jail. Love in prison.
Life after
Where do we
niggas
wanna
got
go?
out.
Yeah, exactly. Where do we want to go next?
Oh, okay, they're not on. Do I want to go? No, let's wait for them a little bit. Oh, let's go with Quaylen and Shovel.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I was gonna say La Cienega and Brother Key Rock, but I said let's hold off a little bit on them.
When I tell you they pissed me off this morning.
I
was like, Key Rock been listening to white preachers because that was weird.
On,
but anywho,
do you just want to talk about them?
Yes, we're
okay,
here.
Yeah, because we can.
So, Brother Key Rock, Right Reverend Key Rock and First Lady Brittany La Cienega Boulevardes.
Mm-hmm.
We have upgraded. I want to say that everybody's confessional has been upgraded. Mama has
HD.
a brand new, First Lady Key Rock has a new 2000s inspired look. Brother Key Rock got some new threads,
Yes.
The whole nine.
Yes.
So if you're new here, let's bring you up to speed as quickly as we can. So Key Rock is a trans man who has been living their life as a trans man for the past 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
The prison system in Virginia allowed him to transition, which is very, very important to their storyline.
Yes.
While incarcerated, he met Brittany. Mm-hmm. And they fell in love, and they said that they was going to be together on the outside. Brittany got out first.
Yeah.
She started school, hair school, and she was working at, Chevy's something or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Brittany, aka La Cienega, she's hell bent on being a mom.
Yeah.
And having a family and having a quote unquote traditional life, even though her life is far from that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's been living with Key Rock's family since she's gotten out. They had their highs and lows, and now Key Rock is out. And their biggest thing is having a baby. And Brittany wants to be pregnant 3 months ago, and Key Rock is like, I just got out 3 days ago, so let me breathe.
Yeah.
Also, the issue with having a baby is that they have this idea that they want Key Rock's DNA to be involved in the process and stuff like that. But that would require Key Rock to detransition for some time, and that would take a tremendous toll psychologically and physically on Key Rock.
Yeah.
That scares Key Rock half to death.
Yeah.
And so that's where we're at. Also, Brittany's family don't fuck with her for real like that, and they definitely don't fuck with Key Rock, and we don't necessarily know why until now.
Well, they alluded to it before, but I think this is the first time she's flat out been like, it's
phobic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even consider the other part until I was watching it today, and I was like, oh, yeah, that might be it, too.
Anyway.
You always say. So, that's where we're at. Yeah. Okay. So, Key Rock has been out now for 3.5 months, and he links up with his mother Tammy. And Tammy, we love Tammy. Tammy is the biggest queer flag ever.
Yeah.
Like she is
Yeah.
in support of anything. We could all take a page and learn from Tammy.
Oh, absolutely. Loves her baby boy, supports him. You know, she was having her wine and her bonnet with her man.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Because I was like, who is this young gentleman here?
That's her man, and I feel like they were listening to Big Pokey's side piece.
Yes, somebody was about to get shown that fat meat is always greasy. You know what I mean? So
This is my fucking bonnet.
yeah. So, K-Rock talks to Tammy about marrying Brittany finally, and we all knew this was going to happen. So it's like, you know, hey, Mom, about to finally pop the question to Brittany. And Tammy's like, finally, you know, bro, hold on a second. So she goes back and retrieves a family heirloom because somebody knows how to pass down things from our ancestors correctly.
What? Sad know me. But may I say, I'm not trying to be a hater. This was a modern ass looking ring for it to be coming from a great girl.
That's because their great grandmama was our age.
She's 16.
His great grandma.
I thought about that. I was like,
yeah. His great grandma make tacos. Okay,
you right. And fettuccine Alfredo.
Yeah,
You right.
They be hanging out with Bernice in the club.
I was like, that came from Zell's.
Yeah, every kiss begin with KS ring. So gave him the ring to propose to La Cienega with,
which was sweet.
You know, sweet, yeah. So he takes her out on a date, brother K-Rock, and little does Brittany know that he plans on proposing this day.
Yeah.
They're supposed to go horseback riding and have a dinner date and stuff. You know, they have a little like, looks good on you, looks good. Looks good on you, looks good. Trip to the wild. And so they're having their hype and stuff, and automatically the conversation goes really left, which it typically does in queer relationships because girl. So, you know, they talk about Brittany's father not wanting to meet K-Rock. And we learn that there was a time where Brittany's father was assaulted by
He was jumped by 7 niggas.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
I don't want to incriminate nobody.
They said
so
it.
I don't know.
They didn't say no names.
I also don't know if they were truly black, if you know what I mean.
This is a flawed logic, so I'm going to admit that, but what did your daddy say to make 7 niggas?
Yeah.
Like, that's a problematic question. Generally.
No. Yeah, like, what did you do
within
to get
this
harassed?
context? I'd like to know what you did.
Were you walking around? Were you just shouting nigger down the block? Or were you walking around with like $5,000 in like your hand talking about yittity, you know? Because 2 things.
Yeah.
2 of those scenarios.
You know what I'm saying? Did you ask them if one of them whistled at your wife or something? Like, I don't know, but
did you turn their gas off? Were you their landlord? You know.
Hello. Did you piss them off at a restaurant? I don't know. Yeah. All I'm saying is
hey.
Brittany said her daddy got jumped by 7 niggas. So
K-Rock
never forgot that. Rightfully fucking so.
That's pertinent information.
And Key-Rock asked
With
her
her
in the car.
Savion Blanco.
So, Miss Savion Blanco. And he says, she's like, yeah, because you remember my dad got jumped. He's like, yeah, by 7 black guys, right? And Mama, when I tell you, got, I don't even call it defensive. She got Fort Knox. She got armied. She was like,
yeah, she joined the Navy.
So who gives a fuck? I never said. Who said it? And he's like, first of all, hello, nigga here. And the first time you told me that, bitch, in my mind, it's literally not leaving. Like, it's not going nowhere. Yeah. And it could be relevant. And she did not like it. So instead of just being like, that could be plausible, it could also be a combination of, she's like, yeah, it has nothing to do with the fact that you're black. It's because you're trans. And I was like, you didn't have to say that like that.
Yeah.
We know.
And Key-Rock's not stupid to not think that.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, both and.
We need to address the race shit too.
Hello. He's like,
because when they were talking about this and that question, like, well, what did he do? I automatically thought, I was like, well, this happened to happen in the Bronx. So.
And we know.
Niggas in the Bronx ain't just you know.
Okay, not everybody is proud to be morena. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Even though they got African blood.
I know Black Papi.
She and I don't think she might deny that, but looking at Miss Mama Sita, they got African blood.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So anywho, they get over it and they get to the establishment. However, ain't no horses.
No.
Ain't no ranch.
There's a field of sorts.
Yes, it's a field of sorts.
Field of glory.
This nigga took her skydiving.
And it's not just that he took her skydiving and didn't tell her. It was the logic behind the skydiving.
This episode should have been called Nigga Logic. It was like that meme I sent you about, like, I be having nigga thoughts. Because everybody here be having...
in my nigga desk. In my nigga clothes.
That's exactly what happened this entire episode.
So... we have talked in the past, XD and I, about toxic masculinity. And performing toxic masculinity.
Yes.
This was a great, disgusting performance of toxic masculinity and flawed toxic masculine logic, because this nigga said, I want to face the world with you. This is for you to prove your love to me. If you can jump out of an airplane, then I know you'll do anything with me.
This is very much like, Carl wanted the titty. He was like, "What you doing, Carl?" It's like, "Shut your fat ass up." And and Mariah Carey asked, "Well, what did you do?"
I shut my fat ass up.
And what did Lastia nigga do?
She signed that motherfucking waiver.
Yeah.
That bitch said,
"Yeah,
he doesn't think I'm ride or die. He just thinks I'm ride. And see, this is how I know you have not been with the winning team. We've been here for a decade telling you that it's okay to be ride or."
Yeah, because she said, and I quote, "He think I'm ride, but he don't know I'm die."
Right.
You're right, Jay.
And you don't need
a decade plus.
A decade plus, we've been telling you all. A baby won't make them stay. That's been a minute.
We have to redo the.
A baby won't make them stay. And it's okay to be ride or.
Yeah.
Let that nigga take the die.
Yeah.
Or whomsoever.
Whomsoever.
Okay. Oh, if you're one of them risk people, then you know what? Do that.
Yeah. It don't got to be it don't got to be me and you every day.
This is Club Ellipses over here. Okay?
Yeah.
And a ... And I don't feel no two fucking ways about it.
Hell no, it's healthy.
If you jump out of a plane, you prove your love to me. Well, I guess I don't love you, nigga. Because I'm not jumping out no motherfucking airplane.
No. None at all.
No. Not a single solitary desire. Mama was scared boots. Now, I'm going to tell you the part of...
Shaking like a dog passing a peach pit.
I was open mouth hollering when he went outside. She was inside pooping herself out of fear. And he took her to go outside to call Abuelita to get her blessing.
You despise her?
Okay. So he calls Abuelita. Okay, to get her blessing because he knows he's not going to get it from her daddy. He didn't even show up for the Father's Day dinner. So he pulls up to Google Translate. He pulls up to Google Translate. And yes, he essentially said, I despise Britney. And she goes, you despise Britney? ¿Por qué? And also, I'm cracking up at Abuelita because I said, you understand English? But you
Mama was sitting on 182nd Street. I know.
What? Watching reruns of Cristina and
and Gordo y Flaca and knowing damn well she speaks English. Like, she just got finished mopping.
There is a pot of habichuelas on right now, and she's like, "What this nigga want?" Yeah. So she figured out what he was saying. He calls her abuela because his pronunciation is crazy. He's speaking this
because K-Rock talk like Mace.
He's like, "See you tarde," but he kept saying, "Britney, es mi corazón." I was like, somebody been paying attention to Spanish class with the AS. So Abuelita gives the blessing.
The okal dokal.
Right. Yeah. She's like, okay, nigga, just please stop speaking Spanish. Then they go out and they're getting ready to go on the airplane, and he gives her a pep talk. I have not caught this before. I don't know if they showed it to us, but they call themselves Team B-Rock.
Yeah, that was news to me.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know where to file that, so that was just new information.
Mm-hmm. I figured as much. Same. So he's Team B-Rock, and he gives her this pep talk before they go up in the sky. He's like, "You did time." She's like, "I did time." I'm fucking screaming.
Yeah.
And then she tells us this ride or business, and next time we'll see them get proposed or engaged and jump out of the sky.
Yeah. Toxic masculinity can be fun sometimes.
Listen, Sarper, from time to time, it's entertaining, but there's a point where it starts getting dangerous. and I'm like, we got to pump the brakes somewhere right around
here. You better
here.
Jump out of a plane to prove your love. You better walk to Brooklyn to get cheesecake to prove your love. All that sounds the same.
Hello. You better wear white toenail polish to prove your love.
It's weird. Shave the side of your head to prove your love. It's all there. It's all in the text.
Terrible.
It's weird.
That nigga deserves. I don't even know.
Peach pits in his spaghetti.
Yeah, a little worse actually. You know, if you
Did
take
you know
a pair
peach
of pliers.
pits is arsenic?
Oh, that's right. Also, if you put no, I think that's too easy for him actually. Like we need some
stone fruit.
little torture. You got to put some pliers on a gas stove, heat them up real good like you do a Marcel iron, and then you get down on them toenails one by one. Reheat it, and then we start focusing on the fingernails. Heat up some tweezers, one eyelash at a time.
No more cult leader stuff for you.
Nobody did any of that, but
Yeah,
In
I
my
can see
cult.
how it's inspo. Okay. Pinterest. Let's take a break. And we'll be back with more.
Quail
And we're
Shovel.
black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Quaylen and Shovel. We're talking Love in Prison. Life After Lockup, new season. Check it out on Lifetime or WeTV or All Black. You know, check your local listings. So Shovel and Quaylen. It's been some time since we have chatted about them, and I had to refresh the old noggin.
Yeah.
But I think I got it. Because I was reminded when her mother came on, I was like, oh, she's went from pink to orange.
Gold
or
lipstick.
from orange to pink. Yeah. So, a couple years ago, we met them. And Quaylen was in prison for 12 years. He was, I don't know what the fuck he did, but he was there from 17.
Armed robbery.
Armed robbery.
They make sure to let us
he-
know what their occupation is now and also what they went to prison for. And I make sure that I know every single one.
So, yeah, Quaylen went in when he was 17. And so all he knew was prison. In the meantime, in between time, Chevelle, excuse me, met him through a friend. And I always think, like, hooking up with somebody via a friend in prison, like, lets me know how your friend thinks of you.
You know that thread that's been going around? When did you find out your friend hated you? Which I think is a terrible thread, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Because it wasn't your friend. I'm also highly disturbed by how many of you all have such rotten and toxic relationships in your lives. Be
Based off of obligation.
be more intentional. Be more intentional with who's around. Anyway, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah. That was. Yeah, she has no friends, but
Yeah, it's not your friend.
she has a daughter.
Yes.
With something with an
Precious black
apostrophe.
baby.
Yes, I can't remember her name. I know there's this Maila. I know she's one of those black parents that say both her name and middle name all the time. So, either way, you know, when they met, they were met with some adversity, and by adversity meaning his mother, Qualandria, and she had all like the same mom arguments, like, you know, it's too soon, y'all need to be together, he needs to be at home or whatever. His thing was like, I got in trouble over here, I don't need to be around, and I'm gonna be with Shovel or whatever. And her mama was like, I don't know this nigga, and she gonna have him around my grandbaby, that's weird. Anywho,
Understandably so, yeah.
understandable at all. And
Until
throughout this, also Shovel had a really inappropriate relationship with her cousin. And who, see, I had to jog, right? So then, who was trying to attempt to stand on business because he thought that he was, her baby daddy and wasn't.
Child.
And therefore, that required Quaylen to react. And he ended up talking to other bitches, yes or no.
Yeah.
And they broke up for a little while.
Yeah.
But now they're back together because this brings us back to today.
He cut his locks like Samson.
Yeah. And now he looks like Lakeith Stanfield. So, what brings us to today? She's meeting her cousin friend at a fake flower shop with real flowers.
It's the Kirklands.
I laughed when this came on. I laughed because I was like, the major retailers that people would go in, they can't film in. So they have to like scout, like when they go, like when Brittany fought the shit for Gracie last week or whatever. And I was like, nobody shops at this type of store for like, this bitch wanted to go to Walmart.
It'd be so random. They'd be like, yeah, we're going to meet up at this store because I got to buy a sconce for my aunt. It's
yeah.
Like, what?
Like, why are you going to Things Remembered?
That's what I'm saying. I need to buy a chandelier. Like, it's the most random shit.
Most random tchotchke shits ever.
Now, she met up with this cousin friend, whoever this lady was. She had on a mesh dress with a denim bustier
denim effigy
skirt cut out. Yeah.
It's like silhouette. An effigy of, a denim silhouette effigy of sorts. It was like sheer, and where the things that would be to cover up the parts was
like when people wear like t-shirt
denim
with the bikini, or niggas wear black but it has a skeleton on it. This was mesh, but then it was a denim bustier, and it
it was like a denim loincloth on mesh, and like a denim bustier covering up the soft part.
It was a Timu Ridge.
I said AliExpress original. It was all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely. Anyway. It definitely cost 12 cents to make. Anywho, she lets us know that since they were broken up, he made the first move with them getting back together.
Yeah.
She also pointed out a very, very glaring black communal issue. It's 180 degrees when you want to mention that people are making a turnaround and changing, right?
Yeah.
360 means all the way around back to their same fuck nigga they were before.
Yeah.
So, 180 means they just turned about. They turned around, they got their shit together. Yeah. Remember, 180, shit together. Yeah. 360, fuck shit. It's all you need to remember. So, oh, that is cute.
Yeah, told you. Now, she says Quaylen, she says he's been doing his work. I would like to bring up that she says something that is woefully irritating to me. You all keep saying it on the internet, and I want you to stop. He cried in front of me. He is the one.
As a man, I can tell you, you think white women weaponize their teeth? Let me expose.
Take it away.
Because men know that mothers have erroneously taught their daughters that when men cry, it is hard for them to witness and watch. So therefore, you are to pity them because they're supposed to be showing strength. And when they show their weakness, that means that, their kingdom is falling and they need queens to uplift them, to show.
The fool. That's who I pity.
Yeah. To show that, they need their queens too. Yeah.
Look at me.
Like,
I
did you
can't stop
see-
crying.
Yes, exactly. That's the most violent bar in R&B.
Why would you
Look
why would
at
somebody
me!
say look at me
I
first?
can't stop crying.
Stop crying. Carl Thomas
Yes.
tried to warn us in a prophetic poem called Summer Rain. Or was that Summer Rain? Wait, which one was
No, that was emotional.
emotion? So emotional.
Men weaponize their emotions. This is why I always talk about Drake is a woman's problem.
No.
See, if you stop what he did, it's also men do it too when they do like My Black Queen or whatever. They weaponize these words and things and shit.
Oh, God, I hate it so much.
Like,
Royalty.
yeah,
Empress.
royalty.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
A Caribbean
that sounds
nigga, love
right.
a Empress.
Yes, darling, you're my empress. But yes, back to my original statement.
Yes, please.
Men weaponize their tears in ways in which you could not even imagine. And I'm sorry, men folk, for exposing the business. But hey, you know.
We deserve to have that information.
Yeah.
But I want you all to stop also not just falling victims to these tears, but using them as a marker of sorts for the seriousness of your relationship. He cried. He is the one. He is vulnerable with me. He is open.
Yeah.
First of all, these niggas have the internet just like we do. They know all the language. They know what we talking about. You think they not infiltrating with these fucking empty, wet things coming out of their eyes? Jade, men can cry and be... Sure.
Slaves had fun, Jade.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, they did. Hello. It's not called Hoppin' John for a reason. All I'm saying is... My ancestors giggling. They know that was a good one. We be laughing together, me and my ancestors. We be cackling, honey.
Yes.
Me,
Oh my
just like
gosh.
Dr. Umar and his when they be going to the Cheesecake Factory.
Yes, having a time.
Having a
Anywho, back to Quaylen and Chevelle. So they go to a peer space, theater, whatever the fuck, to find an event space for the wedding.
$87 an hour.
Yeah.
Chairs not included.
Yes. And so he shows up in the confessional looking like 1974 personified.
Oh my God, I thought it was just me. I said it's a blaxploitation film. This is
He
JD's
was
revenge.
high as fuck. He
This-
had the not even afro. He had a natural.
He had the Frank Mitchell situation. Like, it was, all he was
had a
missing was some
natural.
pork chop sideburns. This nigga
Yeah.
had
And the
on
chair.
a zebra and cheetah print horizontal striped shirt. Every other stripe was an animal print. He stepped straight out of a 1977 Chevy Caprice. Like,
Yes.
woo.
Like, if he could be married to a woman named Glodine,
Oh my God, he would be.
he is looking for his Glodine. I mean, aren't we all?
Woo! I know he be telling her to take off that brassiere, my dear. I know he does.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Absolutely.
Oh, I
Take off those foundational garments.
I was like, Quaylen, how many times have you lived? They cloned Quaylen. Like, this nigga.
Yeah. He definitely gave Jamie Foxx the Big Clone Tyrone or Joy Boyega.
Oh God, that I didn't know was John Boyega till 15 minutes before the movie was over.
Yeah. I only do it because when I saw it, they made I watched the trailer.
Same,
thing,
and I
was
still
like, oh,
forgot because I was like, "How'd they Stefan Arkell this nigga? This is crazy!" Right before my eyes. Right before my eyes. Where this been at? It wasn't Star Wars or like what?
Yeah, that Woman King. So
Still haven't seen that.
It's fine. So, like I said, they was down at the Breather or Pure Space or whatever, trying to find a reception wedding space because they're getting married soon. And Etta from Tyler Perry was like, "This gonna be $25K, and that's on the low end."
Please shut the.
She does look like Etta from all the Tyler Perry everything.
She did. Now, I would also like to point out that Shovel and her mother showed up in matching Shein dresses.
Oh, that was my next note.
Oh, good.
So they showed up in weird these matching Shein dresses that they look like those reality TV earrings that they all used to wear, and it was all it was an ornamental type dress of sorts.
Yeah, it was like some iteration of the Versace print and Shein mix.
Yeah. I know one of y'all got a couch. Somebody's got a couch in that print.
Absolutely, and some sheets.
Yeah. If not one of y'all, somebody y'all know has that print. If that dress.
Show yourselves.
Yeah. So, her mama expresses that there's issues between them, and she don't support this relationship, and she never has.
No.
However,
yes,
she kind of oversteps a bit. Now
she being extra as fuck is what she's doing.
Yeah. So Quaylen and his mama show up. Now remember, she was kind of the piece of work the last time we met them.
Quaylen's mom.
She was just Quaylen's mom. However, because she was very much the Sonia Norwood of the situation.
Oh yeah, she's like, your daughter's a sucker ass bitch, and she trying to buy my son.
Yeah. Now she came in on her Lorraine Toussaint and was like, "Oh no," and she was right because Etta from Tyler Perry was like, "This gonna cost $25K," and all of a sudden, Shovel's mama was like, "Well, I ain't paying for it. This nigga's a horrible human being. He needs to go back to jail," and whatever the evil shit she said. And everybody just looked at her like, what's going on? And so his mama was like, "Well, let me ask you a question. Is you paying for it? Are you?" Because it all started when they were just talking about the reception, and her mama was like, "There's a chair missing for my grandbaby."
Yeah, she was being super extra and then start making these little half-ass sideways ass comments. She's like, "Well, because and then finally was like, "Well, I'm not paying," and nobody asked you to, bitch. And so his mother was like, "Yeah, this is about them. This is not about you. Like, you making this about you, and it's not." Right. And
because you could tell she don't like the shit either. But what's she gonna do? These are grown people.
Here come her mother talking about, "I don't fight street people."
No, that's his mother.
Oh, his mother said it. Yes, I don't.
Because I laughed because I was like, I agree. I don't fight street people either.
That's all I fight. No, just like I don't fight no more.
I wouldn't fight nobody in no Pure Space, girl.
Bitch, can you imagine? I cannot even imagine.
No,
fighting
somebody. Can you imagine booking a breather?
This needs to this has to be a Maya. Or that kind of situation. This has to be like a Maya, you know what I'm saying? Blackstreet, Mace, Take Me There situation for me to fight at this point. People fighting on the airplane now. I seen they done fucked up some white man, but I don't trust white people enough to fight on the airplane because even if I'm innocent, y'all are gonna still hinder me for the rest of my days and going anywhere else.
We gotta, as people, I understand niggas and people be trying us in public as people, and we don't take no bullshit.
Yeah, no. It sometimes.
But we also got to stop fighting in public because especially in places like the airport.
It's really, I was like, fuck public, but the federal ground where where it just fucks us up for the future.
Yeah.
I just want us to, I want us to be free enough. Okay. We ain't never going to be fully free. I want us to be free enough to at least be able to go somewhere else if we need to. And we can't do that fighting on the airplane or in the airport.
No.
Now, thank God, on that one video I saw, they escorted that white man off the plane. But in a situation like myself, with that raggedy bitch Donna on that American Airlines flight, she tried to paint me out to be the biggest villain in town. And had that pilot been any bit of bias towards me, it would have been a wrap. So I don't trust fighting, even when they be acting a fucking fool. Like, you have to put your hands on me first.
Yeah.
For me to I'm not fighting on no fucking airplane. Now, you put your hands on me, that's a different story. But
yeah, I'm not saying not to defend yourself, but there's also some things don't need to get that level.
Like,
I'm like,
pish,
how did
nigga,
you
get out of here. Stop talking to me, because you're not getting ready to fuck me up and wherever the fuck I'm going. You're not doing that.
Right.
I'm not giving you that much power.
Right. Let's take a break. And we'll be back with more Jaden XD.
I don't fight street people.
And we're back. Life After Lockup recap here. Remember, 2 episodes here on the main stage. So, yeah.
You're getting Life After Lockup and too. Cult shit.
Yeah. It's a good time. Where are we going next?
Let's go with Candid Cameron and Eris. Eris Harris.
Yeah. Here we are again with nigga thoughts.
And nigga minds. Wearing nigga clothes and nigga homes.
It's been a while since we've last seen them. So to recap very quickly. Eris and Cam. Eris is from Florida and Cam is from Ohio. Cameron is a rapper by OG Cam. Bring it back. A hit in its own right. Which is integral to this story.
Let's see if he has any music. I'm listening.
He does, actually.
Okay.
And so he he eventually met Eris through, website, and so they started chatting, and she went up to Ohio. As soon as he got out, he proposed. However, he got in a little bit more trouble.
Yeah.
And went back, and then he came out. And as soon as he got out again, they married. And 60 days later, he moved himself to Florida.
Oh, he's untitled.
She has a little girl named Lena, who is an ancestor child. As typical black children are. And so he has no children. However, he has a baby on the way with Eris.
Yeah.
We have met his family. His family, we all know his family, and we probably related to them somehow, some way.
Absolutely.
They're a loving black family who are rooting for them. There was some little miscommunication, but that was on his fault.
Absolutely.
Her daddy is an OG, and he didn't like this, this setup. But now that they got a baby on the way, he got to deal with it.
Yeah.
So that brings us here. So she is feeling alone and stressed because she doesn't really have any family help, and the baby comes in 6 weeks. They're having a little girl.
Now, Cameron generally, 50% of the time he'd be wrong as fuck. Probably more. He's just charismatic and entertaining. Howsoever, he makes a statement as she is expressing to us how stressed she is, and rightfully so, because of a lack of help, and she's hella fucking pregnant. And he said,
she is pregnant.
Her being stressed doesn't compare to me feeling overwhelmed because of essentially my giant life shift in so many, I truncated that. But him getting out of prison and having to adjust to having a job and having a family and now having a child on the way and responsibilities, the overwhelming feeling of all of those things can't possibly measure up, or the stress of pregnancy can't possibly measure up to that compilation of stress.
I'm injecting a watermelon through my asshole, and you want me to sympathize with you?
Exactly.
So, anywho. Now, they're about to get evicted.
I hate the system.
Because
they live in hateful-ass, racist-ass Florida.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, this is going to be a problem for them for a lot of places that they go, right?
It is.
So, because he is a convicted felon, a lot of times landlords don't necessarily care to house convicted felons.
Which is fucked up.
Yeah. Now, normally in the places I worked for, it's like violent crimes, or if it was drugs, it had to be within a certain time frame or whatever. And it seems to me like since he's got out, it hasn't been long enough for that to like fallen off yet.
No,
because what did he get? Was it robbery?
It
or,
was
no,
trafficking.
he was selling drugs.
It was trafficking.
That's why. That's why.
Yeah,
There,
it's fed time.
A landlord fear is that they're gonna do some recidivism type shit and then go back and start dealing whatever the fuck out there.
Which, listen, I understand to a degree,
yeah.
but that can't be your first assumption. And what happens when everybody makes that assumption? Then nobody got anywhere to live. We continue to contribute to this houseless crisis that we have throughout the country, which already is out of control because of how they've treated veterans and so forth. So, it's just and basically how they don't give a fuck about anybody who's poor here, because America is a business. But I digress. It's fucked up. Like, I get it, but it's also fucked up because it doesn't allow for any rehabilitation. It doesn't allow for anybody to have any level of normalcy. You have to go live in areas where it might incite you to be involved again in the things that got you sent back in the first place, because nobody else want to let you live wherever. So it's fucked up. But they're getting kicked, and it doesn't help that they live in Florida.
No, so their HOA is kicking them out the community.
Yeah.
Which is so annoying because they're getting evicted, which hurts credit, and we all know how that goes, right? So now we're playing House Hunters.
Yes.
Which is interesting because he feels as though as soon as a baby comes, he's going on tour. So the main question we all have here is, where are you going on tour, Cameron?
Oh, Raleigh, North Carolina, Jacksonville, Florida, Jackson, Tennessee, Cleveland, Ohio, Flint, Michigan, Sacramento, California, Buffalo, New York, Bakersfield, California, possibly Phoenix, Arizona. That'll be a bigger crowd.
Oh, and Little Rock.
Little Rock, Arkansas, and
Big market.
No, Memphis too big. I said
Kansas
Jackson.
City.
Kansas City. Yeah, maybe Kansas City. Kansas.
Omaha.
Maybe.
There's a lot of black folks in Omaha.
And then Portland.
Tallahassee, we forgot that.
Tallahassee. I said Jacksonville, but Tallahassee
or
as
St.
well.
Pete. Yeah, St. Petersburg, one of those. Yeah.
And Columbia,
Okay,
South
fair.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Montana Mills, a tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because of all this, he's like, I want to take you someplace to show you our next thing. So he brings them to an RV park / sales.
It's like a
lot.
used RV lot.
Yeah. So his idea is that he wants to purchase a tour bus or RV.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they showed RV because I think that's what's in their price range. But he wants to purchase a tour bus so that he could go on tour and bring his family with him, but also not have to worry about having these legal issues being with them. So then my next question was, is your PO going to allow you to travel up and down the coast like that?
Is
You know?
Oh yeah, he's on papers.
Yeah.
He's not on an ankle monitor, but he's on paper. I would imagine. I think because he moved.
Because he had to ask permission to move.
I feel like he got this clear. You know what? Let me not. I'm giving too much.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
don't
The lofty
know.
dreams of a tour itself. Like
Where's the music? Where's the where's
let's
the
see.
demand for
Hold
the
on.
tour? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
I know he has new music, but you know,
I
it's
would like
like
to hear it.
that's like if Baby Nuck was like, "I'm going on tour," it'd be like, "What?" Like,
OG Cam. I think. Oh, here he goes. Okay, and okay, Hopelessly. This is what's popular right now
okay.
on Spotify.
If pretty was a person in the BU, you say you wanna do this shit forever, me too. I know most niggas focus on
Okay.
that ass like a visual. I'm transparent, never see.
That was the song he wrote for his.
Yes.
I know bitches love me,
Oh.
they don't
Okay.
Okay. Now,
I told him I'ma be a legend and I did that. That gangster shit you talking about, I really did that. I had it.
okay, this is like that.
Plays on so they get their ass touchdown. Running by myself, fuck up in the ass, smoking on that endo. Reefer with a pretty bitch from Indo. Nisha, hope you copy that like tenfold. This shit for a tech.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
that's
fine.
what's on tour.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Anywho, he thinks this is going to work because, you know, brand new babies work well in tour buses.
Yeah, and everybody tours.
Yeah.
She don't have to go to school. The 10-year-old don't have to go to school at all.
Now, Eris is very much like, you know, I support all your dreams. I actually like your music. I'm a fan.
It's how I met you.
It's how I met you. I just don't think this works for my family. I think this works for you, but it doesn't work for our family. He was like, yes, it works for me. Like, he admits that it's selfish decision making. And that's where we're at.
Lena, 10-year-old, 70-year-old Lena is like, absolutely the fuck not. I'm not with this shit at all. Where the fuck am I going to sleep? Not a bit of privacy for myself. No, nigga. And she said, you know, Cameron always has terrible ideas. And I said,
Big time.
when a 10-year-old says that you always have terrible ideas.
Yeah. That lets us know that you should just stop making ideas.
Yeah. And they're not ideas like eat broccoli or Brussels sprouts. No, they are actual life-altering ideas. And a 10-year-old is calling out how poor they are in nature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Out of the mouths of babes, I'm telling you.
Listen, the
Yeah.
children are our future.
Yeah. Let's take a break. And we'll be back with more Jada XD. Boop. So we have Taylor and Chance.
Ooh, let's get them out the
can
way
go.
because it stinks.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, White Apollo is what I call him.
Yeah.
And Taylor, you know, minus her sister, you know, the glamorous ladies of wrestling tag team champion. My first note is free her.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we chatted with them. So brief recap.
Yeah.
He's a piece of work. So they met like they usually do while he was in prison. He's a former bank robber and base meth head. And
They showed the motherfucking robbery.
yeah, they did. He was dressed like he listens to, Joe the Cable Guy, Like it's
Yeah,
very much
it was very much like I almost
are
got
you a
away with it.
redneck win? Very Josh Foxworthy type.
Yeah, like he has an NRA flag on his car.
Second protects the first.
It does.
So, they got together. They got pregnant. He turned out he was abusive, and he hated her twin sister just because the fact that she figured out that he ain't shit or whatever.
Yeah.
Drove her to use
Mm-hmm.
and move.
Mm-hmm.
And so she came back and got her life together. He has a money problem. He goes through their money like water. He got like 97 credit cards because he got approved for all of them, and he's maxed every one of them out.
Yeah.
And they end up having a baby together. While he was pregnant, he was cheating emotionally. He doesn't think that it was cheating.
It was.
Yeah. And his other woman was trying to smooth it over in the parking lot. Was like, we're just friends, baby. He's like my accountability partner, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, no, fuck that. I will run you over with my fucking Nissan Kick.
Yeah.
And they had a baby, and that's where we're at. Oh, she
Yeah.
also has 3 other children.
Yes.
And he calls himself a construction person.
Yeah.
That brings us to where we are today.
Mm-hmm.
So they're at a hardware shop, and he's just in there buying shit he's not going to use because he's an ineffective carpenter or whatever the fuck he does with houses.
He's a nigga ass handyman.
Yeah, like white men who are shaped like that, they all think that they could do construction or build houses or things.
I was like, just because you sway when you walk does not mean that you
and
are
have rough
capable
hands.
of doing something to a load bearing wall.
Yeah, no, stop doing that to people's homes.
Right.
So leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
God, that was my whole thing with him. Like, leave them alone, because he was so like weird, thirsty. Like, why are you apart, nigga? Like, why?
And I have to let us remind ourselves that she is 28 and he is 43. And on the way to, okay, so they're in the hardware store, like you said. What they are going to be doing now is making tables. Okay, hold
Etsy
on.
tables.
Epoxy tables. What is that?
Essentially, you take furniture, like you take the table that I have. You see the table that I work on, and they make an epoxy, some like waxy type substance.
I saw like a Van
or whatever.
Gogh.
Yeah, it's essentially they put it in the thing. It almost looks like marble, right? So it would look like you have your wood here, and then streaks of the epoxy. So it's like a design type thing. And epoxy, you can make anything. It's like glycerin and paints and different things, and then hardens, and they put a coat over it. So you're making a whole new table out of something else.
Okay, so that's
It's very Etsy, Pinterest.
A mom of 3.
It's some shit she learned on YouTube University, and she
Yep.
thought that she could do it too and make a
Because
living.
she's a mom
out
of
of it.
3 and she needs some
Exactly.
income.
When all she really needed to do is right. Oh my gosh. I hate when they do that.
When they
Like, just
remix,
play-
and it just
Yeah.
fucking like just get through
Like-
the fucking song, Funkmaster Flex.
Yeah. Anywho, now they're talking about they turned it into a business, right? So I'm assuming they go look for the tables and then they do it themselves, because when they did the consultant, I was like, well, are you just gonna take her table and put the epoxy on it? But anywho, it's a business for them. They make some money on it.
Yeah.
But he wants to add his little 2-cent construction. He was like, well, if you do the epoxy table, then why can't we just see if we could just see if they need any extra help around their house, and I could, make money off of it too.
She said because they called us to make this crafty ass fucking table, and nobody asked you to change out their cabinets. That's why.
Exactly. So of course he makes horrible jokes, like he makes counterfeit money joke, and because he has a horrible sense of humor.
Terrible. He's
And
really a wretched person.
Yeah. So they get to this client meeting, and this woman has this big ass ottoman that she wants to turn into a table or whatever, or build a table that size. So Mama, Taylor has like a whole sales pitch, but he, mansplains and like bulldozes her.
Yeah.
And tells the client a whole bunch of wrong information. Mm-hmm. In the meantime, he's looking around the client's home and is like, can I look at your kitchen? Can I see? And he points out all the problems in her home. And is like, well, I can fix this for you and blah, 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 blah. And in my head, I'm like, well, clearly she's renting this home. And number two, that's not what they asked for.
Not at all, actually.
And so Taylor's like, I got this.
Yeah.
He goes outside and he gets a call. He gets a call from a man who, in wrestling terms, cuts a promo on him.
Oh, and Roblox or children's terms spawned a nuke on his ass.
Yeah. He spawned a new cut of promo. He said, "You broke motherfucker. Let me tell you. I'm sick of your shit. I want your ass to give me $1,000 or I'm going to break
I'm
your
going to
face."
find you and cut you off at the knees.
Yeah, break your orbital bone and all. Because apparently, he owes like about $1,000 to this man.
Yeah.
And this man calls out his shitty, shoddy ass work. He was like, I know you a handyman. He was like, I'm good for it. He was like, you're not good for shit.
Mind you, this money that he owes this man is from prison. So he thought he was going to slide up out of there. Old boy was going to stay in, and he was going to be scot fucking free.
That's how you stand on business, literally. You don't let
I
that
hate
shit
that
go
term
for
so
nothing.
much.
Me too. However,
You made me.
it applies.
It
It's
does.
super applicable here.
It's how I relate to the children.
Yeah.
And put it in my TikTok.
But yeah, that was them. Oh, he calls Taylor outside and he's all short with her and he doesn't explain what's going on as usual.
Yeah. He's scared
so
as
we're about
fuck.
Yeah.
He busts up in her shit like the Kool-Aid man after he got that call. Like, are you finished? We've got to go. Bitch, did you pick your colors for this tacky ass table? And, he claims he doesn't want to shake his family up, but you need to warn somebody because this man sounded like he was getting ready to run up and shoot everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, fuck you for thinking you could get away from me.
Also,
just because you got free.
I motherfucking cackled as this man was bitching this nigga out on the phone in this lady's driveway.
Yeah.
Ooh, it was good
and well
shit.
deserved. Like that's some punk bitch shit. Like, ooh, I got out of here, so I don't have to pay this money back.
That's right.
And shout out to him for finding him too. Like, I'm gonna find this motherfucker.
He was like,
because
hello,
owes me $1,000.
Chance. He's like, yeah, who's this? You know who the fuck this is, nigga. Don't try to hang up the phone now, nigga. Like, just. Woo, shit. That's how you invade.
Yeah. Let's take one final break.
Yeah.
And
We got
we'll
one more
be back.
couple.
And we're black, talking about life after lockup.
Yeah.
Recap again. 2 episodes here on the main stage, so enjoy. Happy holidays.
I wasn't about to say anything.
Because we're gonna go on a break.
Yes.
So, last but no, importantly least, Joy Nomi and Red.
Oh, ancestors' prayers down.
Yeah. We could chat about them briefly, their history, because we just covered them on Love After Lockup. If you haven't seen, go on to our Patreon, subscribe. It's $9.99. It's fabulous. You get everything plus.
Yeah.
Now, Joy Nomi is a woman who lives in New Mexico. She is of Native descent.
She used to be.
However, she doesn't.
They disowned her.
Yeah, she pawned like ancestral gifts to like get to her nigga who was in Missouri.
Yeah, whose mother is a pedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's no tea. It's all documented. She definitely is legally.
Definitely didn't make that up at all.
Yeah. So last time we chatted with them, he got out. Oh, she has a little boy named Swaley, little Swaley.
Swaley.
Yeah. Remember, they've been together for like 10 years. However, the child is 4. So she fucked around on this nigga, and she don't know who the daddy is. Because she was like, well, he was in solitary confinement all the time, so I was lonely.
Yeah. So I fucked 3 niggas at the same time.
At least.
Right, that we know
if it was
of.
More.
And listen, again, this is not sex shaming. This is
That's just
fact.
what happened. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just what happened, dog. So, Red held on to those feelings, and so when they got him out, he fucked Creation, who he calls Bestie.
Or Trailer Park Twilight.
Yeah, and he has still not told Joy Nomi.
Yeah. That he fucked the white woman with red-rimmed eyes like a rat.
Not only a few hours after he just got finished fucking her.
And then fucked her again. Talk about a BV.
Yeah. Oh, and then she left him, and we forgot she left him, and then she drove 5 hours back to get him because he was pissed.
Because she
wanted
to prove
him because
she wanted to prove a point.
Yes, to prove a point. Anywho, this brings us back to today. Yeah. She picked him up, and they're on a joyride to their new life to New Mexico.
Yeah.
This has only been 5 days that we've covered. And so she asks, this is about to be the most, XD, bleep this out. She asked the most question ever. Same thing. It's true. It's true. But she asked, is there anything you don't like about me?
Why would you ask that?
Don't fucking ask
Why
that
would you
question.
ask that?
Don't set yourself up. I
said,
this
what is this
with
loaded baked potato question, bitch?
Yeah.
I don't like your sour cream, your cheese, your chives, your fucking potato, your salt, your pepper. I don't like none of it. I don't like your bacon. I don't like anything.
I don't like it. So he says, oh, nothing. Just when you get insecure and stuff.
And when you're you.
It's whatever.
I'm sorry.
Yes. So to further on her self-hate, she elects to stay in a RV hotel hostel thing that's shaped like a stagecoach.
It was a yurt.
Yeah, that was very similar of the stagecoaches that they had on the Oregon Trail that pillaged her families and other tribes.
Killed your ox.
Of Western expansion. Um, the next morning, because my note says, I know her ancestors are fuming. So the next morning, he goes out for breakfast.
She's dead to them. They don't care anymore.
Yeah. And of course, he calls White Child of the Corn, Julie Bestie, and is like, well, I left. Thanks for fucking, but, you know, I'm out.
Prayers down. Your pussy was
Yeah,
whack.
he said because he was like, the pussy was whack, and I'm mad. I got it out of my system, and now I'm about to be 1,000,000% faithful.
It was
And
really
we all
some
know-
ain't shit nigga ass shit to say.
Well, yeah, we all know. We're all of the children of Maury Povich, and we
Yeah.
all know that when somebody says more than 100%, that means they are lying through their urethra.
Absolutely.
So. So.
Woo.
So they go to a Texas State Fair. and he gets some idea to propose to her. Because, you know, he likes taking advantage of people that have low self-esteem.
Yeah.
And so he got down on one knee, like probably the same bar that Pee Wee Herman danced on in Pee Wee
It
Herman's
said,
Big
we
Adventure.
ain't getting no younger girl.
Yeah, you know, we like 30. It's like, okay.
He spit
Girl,
jagged edge
so-
lyrics to this girl with a $32 ring.
So he got on one knee on the terracotta tile floor.
Yeah.
And was like, will you marry me? And she just kind of looked at him. She never really said yeah. And I think she
eventually did.
eventually kind of was like, but she just kind of was like,
Okay. All right.
all right, sure. But you know, that is, that was them.
He said he feels guilty. And I thought he was going to say he felt guilty for buying her a $32 ring.
No.
But he felt guilty
no.
about proposing to her right after he fucked Trailer Park Twilight
Yeah.
and not telling her.
And I think he only feels guilty because it was trash.
I think he only feels guilty because it was filmed. I mean, and it was trash.
No,
I think that made it
I
worse.
think
I
it
think
was
that
trash,
added
'cause if it
insult
was-
to injury.
Because if it was him being filmed and it was great, it would have been well documented, right? But
Yeah,
then- 'cause
but
he
that's
obviously
yeah.
didn't
I
have,
think it's
like,
because it was
remorse while
filmed
doing
and
it.
trash.
I guess so.
But also, we wouldn't have known whether it was trash or good. He told us
yeah,
because
Because
that's what niggas like that
who's-
do.
yeah, they like to fucking tell.
Yeah.
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 But that brings us to the end of our recap.
Whew, gosh, that was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep in mind that we will be covering Life After Lockup on our Patreon. $9.99. Go subscribe. It's a wang dang doodle, even if you don't watch. We have all sorts of conversations in betwixt the recaps.
Yeah.
And it's on video, so you get to see our expressions and all the shit that we can't air on MAINSTAGE, and we cut it out and put it on the page.
Yeah.
But
Get to see me
until
order
next
my
time,
groceries, all of that.
yeah, see you on Friday for another episode of Jane and XT.
A
So,
good one. Bye.
Yes. Bye, y'all.